I got a haircut yesterday, and I went to the same place I always go, and which is just Great Clips, because I'm a cheap guy. But they keep a record of what you did last time, and she's like, "Oh, it says here you do a number 2 on the sides and then finger length on top." And I was like, "Okay, I mean, if that's what it says, that sounds short, but if that's what it says, that's what it says." And she just started going. I was like, "Oh my god, that's all my hair. I got nothing left."
That's not your normal haircut.
Nope, this is not my normal haircut.
Maybe it should be, though.
Oh, you like it? You feeling?
Yeah, it looks nice.
Oh, Dan. Oh, my God. You're making me blush.
Oh, you're making me blush. Oh, stop. Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop it. Why?
Hey, watch him with Dan and Tony. Hey, watch him with Dan and Tony. It's like watching, yeah.
Welcome to Hate Watching with Dan and Tony. I'm Dan.
I'm Tony.
On Hate Watching, we watch movies, or watch a movie per week, which adds up to movies eventually. We just finished up the Twilight Saga, and now we're moving into something new, which, I mean, it is something new.
It's new. It's newish.
Starring one of the Twilight Saga stars, and this movie is called, what?
Is he a star? He's barely in those movies. Okay, first of all, this is Kellen Lutz. And if you don't know who that is, he's just one of the vampires. He's the beefy vampire.
He lost to Bella in arm wrestling in the last episode.
So to me, that's like, you know what? We should make that guy Hercules. He can't even beat a girl in arm wrestling. Let's make him Hercules.
Yes. Oh, so the movie we're doing is called The Legend of Hercules 2014, right after. This was kind of like with Taylor Lautner.
Nicely done.
Where he did a thing, and then they were like, okay, let's make this boy a star. And then they give him a terrible vehicle.
What is the deal with that? Why did they take these people who made a ton of money and we're like, you know what, we're going to give you your own thing, but the caveat is it's going to be terrible and you'll never work again. Do you want it? It's bullshit, man.
It's a fake thing. It's a fake thing they give them to see if just their name is exploitable.
Which is that actually makes a lot of sense now that you say that. It is, because they're not going to give you one of their good properties until you can prove your name can draw the money. Yeah. I don't like that at all. Because here's the thing. I'll ruin it, right up top, I'm going to give a little spoiler. Kellen Lutz, no Taylor Lautner. Let me just say that. He's not very good.
But I don't blame him. Like, when I watch this movie, I'm not like, he's the problem. His giant ego and his inability to act is walking around ruining everything.
Okay, you're right about that. However, there is one scene, and we can talk about it more when we get there, but when they're tied up, him and his first in command.
Yeah.
There's a scene where they're rotating the camera around them and it's just an acting scene. There's no action. It's just emoting. And he does not hold his own in that scene. To me, the other guy acts circles around him, and I felt bad for him at that moment because I don't think he's a bad guy.
Sure.
I think he seems like a pretty sweet guy. He's jacked beyond belief, and I love that. How I feel about abs. But, I would have been a little mad at the filmmakers. They're like, this is my movie. Why are you making me act next to this real actor and making me look like a fool?
I think bad actors don't realize they're bad actors. I don't.
We don't. We really don't, Dan. I'll tell you that right now.
Southburn.
Southburn. Got him good.
This movie directed by Rennie Harlin.
We know him, yes?
Oh, yes, we know Rennie. Well, we've done Rennie Harlin before.
Right, that's what I mean. I didn't look it up, but his name was familiar when it popped up.
So I said to myself, Dan, he had movies. He was a big movie director in, the 80s.
Okay.
I'm like, he must have, that one good movie that you're like, oh, yeah, okay. And then I looked at all of his movies. And
he doesn't.
For me, he doesn't. He did Die Hard 2.
Which is not as good as Die Hard. But, I mean, still fun. The snowmobiles and the airport. I have a good time with it.
He did Cliffhanger, which I think is a movie you like, which I hate.
I do. What do you mean? It's so good.
He also one of his other big ones is Cutthroat Island.
Yes. Oops.
And
How do you work after that?
he worked lots because he's a name that's a name, and he probably makes these movies happen. And maybe he still drew something in Europe, but they just keep giving this guy stuff, and because he's going to turn in a movie like this, which might make you money. I mean, this might have made money. I don't think it did.
Oh, you didn't look it up, did you?
I mean, I know.
I expect you to do all the homework.
I know it did terribly, but that doesn't necessarily mean you didn't make money.
That's fair. Well, it says the box office was $61.3 million, failing to make back the budget of $70 million.
But that $70 million.
So who knows?
That $70 million on this movie is a fake $70 million.
Sure. I mean, I hope so. It didn't look like a $70 million picture.
This was not a $70 million picture. Maybe it was with marketing, but they didn't do any marketing on this. They did not run ads on this. No one knew this movie existed.
I don't remember seeing a trailer. Not that I remember everything, but when I was like, I think there was a movie, and I had to look it up. That's usually not a good start.
Now, next corollary, The Rock came out with a Hercules movie the same year, 2014.
Yeah.
I didn't watch anything, but I do not remember that. I would have said The Rock played Hercules. I don't believe you.
I didn't see either of these movies, but that's the only reason I remember this movie existing is because there was this thing where it's like, oh, the two Hercules movies are coming out at the same time. Who's going to win? And then I think they both sucked. So
it seemed like the Rock one had some positive reviews. I did not immediately think, we're doing that one next week because, oh my God, this sounds great because it'd be hilarious.
Sure. That's fair. I mean, it's The Rock. You can't go that wrong with The Rock, right?
No. Now I'm going to ask you a question, Tony.
Yeah, ask me away.
All you have to do to win is name one human character in this movie. I want you to come up with the name of one human character that was in this movie.
I think I have a problem because I think
you can't look on your thing.
No, I'm not looking. Here, my hands are off. All I remember is Ithacles, but I think that's still Hercules, though, isn't it? Isn't that just his regular name?
His name is not Ithacles, but that's kind of close.
Listen, I could have just thrown on anything ancient Greek-y, and I feel like I probably could have been close.
But I think he might be Alcides. He's Alcides.
Okay. All right. What's the brother's name?
The bro is Evercles.
All right.
Evercles.
All right. I was way off. John Cleese. There's
someone named Amphitryon. There's one guy named Chiron, which that was the one I thought you might be able to guess.
That's the old dude. Dang it. I did remember that because I wrote it down because chirons are lower thirds, and I was like, he's full of information, just like a lower third. Anyhow.
But yeah, that's one of the problems with these kind of Greek movies is that, these terrible names.
Yeah, you got real bad names. What's the girl's name? That's the one I was trying to think of, but I couldn't remember. Princess.
It's I have it in my notes somewhere. I didn't.
And they're from Crete, like a shoe, right?
They're from Crete, which is an island off of Italy. Crete.
All right, yeah, I'm getting there.
They're from Crete. Yes, Tony, they're from Crete.
I should just draw a diagram of everyone and where they're from. I'm sure that would go really well.
And I think the last thing we got to talk about is, what do you know about Hercules?
Here's what I know about Hercules.
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo. I watched that show religiously.
Sure.
And then I've seen the Disney movie twice.
And so what does that tell you about Hercules in general?
I know that he is the son of Zeus.
Yeah.
I knew that coming in, but then I also thought he fought Hades, but that's just from the Disney movie,
yeah.
So I don't know if that's canon or not.
Not really.
And then Hercules is just like a monster of the week where he fights really cool mythical type things, and it was the greatest show on earth.
Yeah. Hercules.
That's about all I know, Dan.
Hercules, he's a demigod, half human.
Right.
12 feats of strength that he did, where he defeated Cerberus, which is
Is that the dog?
That's the 3-headed dog, and he just he fought the lion, And so, and typically,
Oh wait, the lion thing was real.
yeah, that's like that.
Boy, that was pretty dumb.
Nemean lion is a real thing that he did, and didn't defeat it, and then let his brother say that he defeated it for no reason that we're never going to understand. Yeah. But that's beside the point. So he does these things. Of course, doesn't marry anyone. Is a giant womanizer, and has lots of babies everywhere.
Dan, if you were the strongest man on the planet,
yes.
Would you? I mean,
yes.
I can't hold it against him. Is all I'm saying.
And the last thing is, and I watched some of the Disney one, and I had maybe seen it one time.
Yeah.
The whole idea of doing Grecian things is you have this conflict between the gods and the humans, and the gods are always interviewing and intervening in human stuff, and that's the really interesting interaction that you get. This movie, not really there at all. He just asks Zeus for stuff a couple of times, and Zeus just delivers it for no reason.
Sorta. Listen. I mean, we're gonna have to talk about that as we go along, because the whole God thing was very confusing in this movie. Mm-hmm. But did you do some research about like what his because so this movie? Here's why I'm confused. I'm tripping all over myself right now, Dan. I am lost. This movie's called The Legend of Hercules.
Yeah.
Right. What is the Legend of Hercules?
Oh, the 12
feats of strength. So we don't do that in the movie called The Legend of Hercules. Mm-mm. Okay. I thought maybe I just wasn't understanding.
No. He actually did the 12 things, and then he may have gone off with Jason and the Argonauts to go find the Golden Fleece. If you watch
Juggernaut from the X-Men, is that what he said?
Jason and the Argonauts. Another one of these big adventure things, and then Hercules went with them to go find the Golden Fleece, which you take away from the Hydra.
And so that's like a coat. It's like a fleece coat it's made out of gold,
just like a coat.
Okay, cool.
No, it's like a ram's. It's like a ram's. Like a skinned ram.
Is that fleece. What we make fleece jackets out of?
Usually out of.
So I mean, I wasn't totally wrong. No, Look at me, context clues.
Not terrible.
I'm proud of myself.
So, of course, this movie basically blows it and just becomes a sort of Gladiator.
I mean, it's like
Gladiator 300.
Gladiator 300 guy had a misfit child. That would be this movie.
So we start off with a naval battle. We're in Argos, 1200 BC. They just borrowed the costumes for 300. Those costumes were left over somewhere.
Yeah, the Spartans. Yeah,
they just bought them up.
Now, Dan, is this the only time we get a date and a location? It's the only one I remember.
They say where his dad runs out of, and I mean, it must be someplace in Greece, I would assume. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember writing it down. So there's a big battle. We do things like put the archers in front of the ranks, which is literally the most insane
make any sense.
Thing.
They're your range units. They go behind. That's what I don't listen.
And the invading force somehow gets through the gate without doing anything, and then they just run up there, and then the big guy says, let's just you and me fight. The big guys fight, and then whoever
would
wins.
Never happen.
No,
this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. So they have two huge armies about to face off, and then one leader's like, "Hey, other leader, why don't we just go mano a mano and the winner takes all of the rest of the people?" This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my entire life. First of all, no other leader is going to be like, yeah, I'll fight you. They're always in the back, Dan. Sometimes they don't even come. They're just like, armies, go to fight for my world. This is so stupid. I hate it.
And it's really dopey because you're kind of like, he's not proving anything here. He's proving that he's really good at hand-to-hand. He's not proving that he's the greatest general.
I'm not a good commander. I just I could fight you when I'm right next to you, but don't do anything, fishy.
And then you expect the commanders of this other army to just fall in line.
They're just going to bow down? You're going to be like, oh, you killed one guy? Oh, shit, we got to stop. Everyone, weapons down! Weapons down! Oh, golly. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, like have him win. He didn't. He
Yeah,
basically
sure.
didn't. And it wasn't a good fight either. You were just like, he didn't show that he had something special about him or why he was better than the other guy. Nothing.
Nope. Nothing at all. But he's the victor, and he's the greatest battle man ever.
Bathing time after the thing.
Yeah.
His wife vibes him out. There's also a baby, and then a war equals sad moms. She's all like, let's stop doing war because the moms are getting sad.
I like that you said that so condescendingly. The moms are getting sad. I mean, the moms are getting sad, but war is war. Listen, what else do they know? Isn't war kind of their thing?
The Greeks? Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Or were the Greeks all about orgies? Someone was about orgies, and someone was really about war, right?
They were both about orgies and war.
Okay. So just war and sex. That's pretty much all we know. And she wants to cut out half of it? Come on, lady. Well, I guess that leaves sex, though, so cheers to that.
She goes and prays to Hera to make the dude less warish. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, now this is where I start. The movie totally loses me now, Dan.
Okay.
We go right off the rails right away. I'm trying to understand religion in this movie.
Yeah.
So the dad doesn't believe.
No, he believes.
Oh, wait. But he was like, no, it's stupid. And then she went and prayed anyhow, right?
No, I mean, no, her idea is stupid, but he didn't say the gods couldn't do that or anything.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like anti-gods.
No. I mean,
okay.
I mean, it literally is absurd. If you're really writing this movie, you would have him in league with Hades or something. He's in league with.
That's nice. That's a good touch.
Mars, god of war, and Mars is lending him strength that he then uses. And then when she goes and prays to Hera, Hera's like, I hate Mars. He's an asshole. I'm gonna do something for you.
Yeah, because you're going to have to explain to me why this happens.
Yeah.
In great detail, Dan, because I'm very confused.
Well, Hera just the weird woman shows up and sort of accepts, right? Which didn't make a lot of sense.
But that's her, isn't it? Isn't that Hera?
There's the weird woman who shows up later in the movie. Maybe that was Hera.
It was because her eyes turn white. So I don't know. Maybe she's being possessed. Is this a possession thing?
I don't know.
Okay, well then you're not a great help so far, Dan. Let me just tell you that.
Which of course, all Hera does is say, "Okay, Zeus is going to come put a baby in you."
But that's the gist of what she's saying. But what she says is, "I don't want it to happen, but my husband is in love with you," or something like that.
Yeah.
And she's like, "And in the idea of peace, I will let it happen."
Yeah.
What peace?
The eventual peace that will come with Hercules knocking his dad
as a
down.
human.
Yeah.
Wait, is it peace between humans or peace between humans and gods?
Oh, humans, only humans. Yeah, the gods.
So why do the gods even really care?
Well, Hera's like, I'm a nice person. They're always trying to make things nice.
What? I'm going to do a good deed to these little ants.
Throw the humans a bone.
All right. It's all very confusing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, yeah. And so, Zeus.
Here's the good news, though, is that he doesn't even really have sex with her. So, it's not even really cheating. You know what I mean?
It's pretty interesting because she's like there, laying on the bed, and then the wind starts blowing up the things.
The blanket, yeah.
And then the husband runs in there and he's all like, "Where is he? Where is he? Where?" And you're just like, "What do you mean? Where is he?"
It's happening now.
Yes.
So this is why I was confused. It's not like she's laying in there like, oh, that was so good when he comes in. Like she's mid orgasm.
She's mid everything.
She's mid fucking a ghost right now. And he walks in and watches. First of all, I love that he's bringing a woman and then gets upset that she's
having sex with a god. Yeah. It was weird. It was like, anything. Why is she bringing, they just like, how can we make him seem unappealing? Oh, he's
Yeah,
bringing an extra sex
hang on.
partner into the situation.
He's bringing a little concubine, but then he's mad that he like starts tearing apart the room looking for someone, and then he kills a woman.
Oh, did he kill
Did
a
you
woman?
see that?
No, I didn't.
I think it might have been a maid because it wasn't the girl he brought back. Because the girl he brought back was still standing at the door, like, "What's going on here?" But he just cuts down one of the housemaids. I think.
Gotcha.
In his rage. This is one of the weirdest scenes I've ever seen in our long history together, Dan.
It was weird because he's just not getting, he's playing a different scene.
Yes, 100%.
He's come in post-coital and then, make an assessment about what's going on.
Yeah, no, he's mid-coitus.
Yes. And so he chases nothing out into the thing and then he rages at the sky like he knows it's from the sky, even though he tells all his people to go find whoever did this. The man, whoever did it. That's what because it seems like he kind of knows, but then also doesn't know. Dude, I have no idea. Yeah, so the whole idea is that he's Alcides, and I think he's Alcides, and then maybe he's Alcides. There's so many dumb names. I think he's Alcides. And so he's given the name Alcides, but the gods are like, his secret name is Hercules.
What? Why does it have to be secret, Dan?
Well, because the dad gets to pick the name and the mom doesn't get to pick the name.
Okay. Listen, I don't know. Then why don't they just let him be named whatever he's going to be named? Why is it like, but to us, wink, wink, he'll be Hercules. We know the truth. All right. This movie's dumb.
Cut to 20 years later. Here's Hercules, Kellen Lutz with blonde hair, very short blonde hair, riding with a slightly attractive princess.
I'm in a strong disagree there, Dan.
She thought she was super hot?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not a fan.
Well, I mean, I think
he's way out of her league, is all I'm going to say.
Oh,
I'm sure she's very nice.
He's a lot more attractive than her.
This guy, listen,
yeah, sure.
Here's what I would posit, okay? I'm going to make this movie.
Yeah.
I've got Kellen Lutz as the lead. I've seen him in Twilight. I know he's not great. I'm going to make him the strong, silent type. I'm not going to make him the guy that's spouting poetry for no reason, trying to show emotions all over the place. This guy's going to be brooding and quiet.
He's kind of a girly man.
He's very into his emotions,
yeah,
which is fine, but it's not when he can't emote those emotions, so he's just saying lines about emotions. It's not great.
I mean,
it's not great.
You buy it in somebody like The Rock, who can play like a tough guy and play an emotional guy. You're like, oh, okay, this guy has some range.
I mean, The Rock is great, but he also leans into the cheese a little bit. Mm-hmm, like, that's the great thing about Dwayne, is he's always got a twinkle in his eye, right? Kellen Lutz, no, dead eyes, no twinkle. He's got deep, soulless eyes and a beautiful vizier.
The Rock, he comes from wrestling and he understands it's
100%.
It's entertaining. He's going to entertain you no matter. He's more worried about entertaining you than anything else.
And it works every time.
We get my favorite line of the whole movie. Be careful, there are snakes in the trees.
Yes.
Don't put that line in your movie unless you're going to put some fucking snakes in the trees.
Snakes. There's never a snake in the whole movie, Dan. Not a single one. Oh, God, it's so good.
Yeah, that's one of the things when Hercules was a baby. Some goddess goes and it's like, suckling him. And he bites her really hard. And so she gets pissed off. So they send snakes to get him. And then he kills the snakes.
How's her boob? Is she still is it still fine? I'm so worried about it.
Yeah, she's okay, Tony.
All right, thank goodness. Boy, oh boy, that was a close one, huh?
Then we have the waterfall and the girlfriend, and then he's climbing up the side, and then she's like, "Oh no, don't!" And then he does a big giant back jump.
It looks so bad, Dan. In a movie that for its budget, I was like, it doesn't look too bad. This is visually the worst scene of the movie.
No, worst scene's coming up.
Oh, really? There's one you think there's worse?
Absolutely worse.
Even when he's climbing the rocks, it's so bad, though,
So
Dan.
terrible.
It's so... All right, I believe you. You let me know when we get
I
there,
will.
then.
It's really soon. She freaks out, thinks that he's killed himself, and then he's like, "Ha ha ha! Look at me, I'm naked. Let's make you a baby." They don't have sex, do they?
They don't. It's none of your business, Dan. That's from the movie.
He says that
That's
later.
a direct quote from the movie.
She gives him a snake necklace, which...
Did she get it from a tree? Oh, badoon!
She pulled it off of a tree. And then what does he give her?
Uh-oh. He gave her something in return?
He says he does.
Oh, no. I have no idea.
He gives her that he will remember her face. That
Who fucking cares, dude?
That's what he says. He's like,
that's the biggest load of bullshit. You know what? Hey, happy birthday. I didn't get you a present, but geez, click. I'm going to remember that forever. You fucking...
bam, right in the face.
And hold on. Because she doesn't really give him the necklace. He basically asks for it.
He does.
Because he's like, I love that necklace. And she's like, you do? It's yours. It's my mother's. She gave it to me, but I don't care. It has great sentimental value to me, but I'm just going to give it to you because you thought it was pretty.
And then I wrote, there's somebody peeping on them. Oh, it's his brother. So his brother's peeping on them, and then he shows up.
Yeah, the creepy brother.
Creepy brother shows up.
And then he's like, "Oh, careful on your horse, brother. It might slip in the sand."
Oh, did he say
Remember that? Not those exact words, but it's pretty close.
And how did the brother know where they were?
Did he say?
He saw the hoof marks in the forest. And he looks, because they show
no
him.
Horses have ever come here before.
It shows him and he's creeping on him. There's this log and there's like a little piece missing. And he saw like, horses.
I'm a great tracker. I'm a great tracker hunter.
And the other thing is like, they're like supposed to get married.
So, but has that been announced yet?
Yeah,
No, but I'm sure it's been talked about.
Yeah, they never
right? Like they can't just spring. Nobody seemed that surprised when it was announced at the dinner in a minute. So I believe that they already kind of know what's going to happen. So, right?
Yeah. So they send the princess back to the palace so the two of them can ride.
Hold
together,
on,
right?
But first, this is what really gets my. So the brother shows up on the horse and he's like, "Oh, gross! You guys got to get back to the castle." And he's like, "Princess, your father sent out a search party for you."
Oh,
what?
What? There?
She's been gone for 20 minutes. What's going on, guy? Sheesh, Louise.
They don't want her to break a leg because then they'll have to put her down. We put down the princess.
Father, I'm fine. I'll walk in a week. Nah, it's too late. Rock.
If you can't dance at your wedding, you're useless to me.
Oh, no.
And then, so they're going home separately, which doesn't make any sense. If they're so worried about her, why do they go home separately? And
they're all going the same direction. I don't know.
And then they do they hear the lion before they see it? Or because they freak out?
Because they talk about it before we know what's going on. Like Kellen Lutz stops the horse and he's like, "We must back up our horses, but don't turn them. Be slow." And we don't know what's happened. That's just so random to us. And then there's a lion.
This lion.
Is this the worst scene?
No, not even close.
Oh my God! What are you talking about?
This lion looks worse than the Hercules TV show animations from 10, 15 years before.
Kevin Sorbo. Yeah, Sorbo would have knocked this out of the park. My favorite part of this battle, Dan, is that they first of all, they just know what this lion is. It's like a mythical creature, right?
Yeah.
But they're like, they throw spears. It's like, "Oh, spears are worthless again." Like they're telling us.
Hold on. But the spear, if I'm correct, the spear hits it and it goes clang.
Yeah,
like it's made out of metal.
Yeah.
I was like, I love that.
It's incredible.
I thought the lion was really cute. I thought it was cute.
It was cute because it wasn't even a big lion. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like lions get bigger than that.
Well, it's kind of little. It looked kind of little when it was coming at them. Then when it jumped at him, it was kind of bigger. And then he puts his arms around it. And it's like, "I got it."
But then he chokes it out. He gets it in a guillotine hold where you wrap your legs around the bottom, the arms around the top, and then he just chokes it out. Are you kidding? A spear doesn't work, but you can choke it out? Oh, boy. That's pretty dumb.
He strangles it, and then they're back at the castle, and they've skinned it. They've skinned it and
how do you
cured
skin? How do you skin something that you can't put a spear through, Dan?
More importantly, if you were to skin that thing and cure it, that would take like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it takes a long time to cure some meat.
You gotta skin it. You gotta stretch it. You gotta let it
dry it. Yeah.
This is not just like a thing you do in the afternoon.
And not even a full afternoon. I mean, it's just 20 minutes from what I could tell.
And the bro walks in wearing it.
Now, yeah. He's decorated.
He had a big cut on his face. Did he get that cut in this? I don't ever saw him anywhere near the fight.
I think he did it himself on accident with his spear. I think he got scared, scratched himself, and pretended the lion did.
And then he's like, Hercules ran away because, well, whatever his name, Alcides ran away because he's a big fucking coward. Why? Why did he?
Because he's got to be the manly brother. You know what I'm saying?
No, but why does Hercules take this?
Oh, I don't have that answer. I'm sorry. I thought you meant why is the brother saying? I've got a great answer for that. I don't have an answer for why Hercules just sits on a table and lets him say these things.
You're just like,
doesn't make a lot of sense. My favorite,
yeah.
I was just saying my favorite part is he goes to the bride-to-be and he's like, have you ever known my brother to run away from danger? She's like, no. And he says, oh, I thought you knew him better than that. But he didn't run away from danger. I don't understand what you're saying. She knows him. Stupid. It's stupid. This dialogue, honestly, it's worse than Twilight dialogue. And that's saying a lot to me.
Well,
I think that this is worse.
Well, at least the Twilight dialogue makes, it's just them saying, I love you more than anything.
Well,
no, I love you more.
Sure.
No, I love you. No, we both love each other more than anything.
No, I love you more.
This, you're just like, I don't understand any of this. It doesn't make any sense.
No, somebody, usually, like when I write, I don't know about you, Dan, I'll write it and then I'll say it out loud to myself to make sure that it just sounds like something that could happen ever in a sentence. Nobody proofread this.
Well, and just the plot points just don't make any sense.
No, they do not.
If you're trying to set it, whatever. You have to have, he's like, I feel sorry, you have to have that scene. I feel sorry for your brother because you're such a big pussy. Here you go. And he's like tired of everybody making fun of his useless brother. He wants to throw him a bone. He is. Well, you got to tell us that. You can't cut out the scene that leads up to this scene that tells us what's happening. Okay, the girl runs out, gets on a horse. He follows. Oh wait, the dad says princess is getting married. They're getting married. Nobody has any say in this period.
Right, and so a couple things happen at this moment that are a little confusing to me.
Really?
The girl, visibly upset, right? Makes sense. We totally get that. Her father also looks sad. Like, he looks at his daughter who's upset. He's like, oh, no, she's upset about the marriage. But then she runs away, and nobody else. The father sent out a search party earlier in the day because she was missing for 20 minutes. Now she's run away at night, and nobody follows her?
More importantly, we set up later that they have to have this marriage to cement their thing because he's like afraid of
their
Creed,
peace.
I think.
That's what they say, but this guy doesn't seem afraid of anything.
He just wars on anybody.
Yeah, in fact, just his neighbors. He just went to his neighbor and was like, hey, guess what? I'm going to take you over now because I can.
Dick move.
I don't know, man.
So then the dad dresses down the stupid son because he's stupid. And then Hercules chases her down, and they're on horses. And this is the worst looking scene in the whole movie. It's a day for night with them on horses, and it just looks like a muddy mess of blue.
I get it.
And
listen, shooting day for night is hard. Okay, it's difficult to get that right in the post room. The color correction's hard.
Well,
all right?
And then they this whole movie's run through a processor, so it's like this scene's completely blue, this scene's completely brown, and they just it just looks like a big blue mess.
Yeah.
Um,
Here's what I will say, Dan.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you noticed this as well, but it does seem to me that Kellen's at least doing some of his own horse riding. The princess does not. You never see her face while riding in a wide shot. You never see her face. They shoot her from behind or chest down so that you can't see that it's not her riding the horse. But they make a point of showing Kellen's face in a wide while he's riding the horse because he's really doing some of his own stunts. I just appreciate that. I think that's cool.
He probably looks good when he's riding a horse.
I mean, he looks good doing a lot of stuff until he talks. And then I lose it a little.
So then she's like, let's just go. And so they leave, and then they get followed by... Wait, it was nighttime. Doesn't it become like daytime during this thing? I don't know.
Well, I think there's a passage of time that we don't see.
Oh.
Because also, they're suddenly being chased very closely by a bunch of other guys. Where did those guys come from?
They're being chased by like 40 guys, and then in the next scene, there's like 8 guys.
Nope.
It's like gone from 40 to 8.
But it started with 0. He chased her down, and they talked in the woods alone.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to them riding in the woods. Now there's 40 people, and now it cuts later, and, some of the people got tired. So we're going to set up camp back here. You guys keep going.
And then we get this super arbitrary thing where it's like, if we can get across this river, we'll be safe.
Well, they can't cross water. I don't know if you've heard that, Dan, but they're not allowed.
Hercules then starts killing the king's guards, just like throwing spears into them, murdering them.
It's fine. He's the son. He's fine. He doesn't have repercussions.
She falls in the river. He goes in the river. He saves her, and then 100 guys pull them out of the river.
But here's the thing, Dan. So she falls in. So she just runs her horse into the water and falls off, which is ludicrous. But then Hercules sees this and rides in, dives into the water while riding the horse, like jumps off the horse and dives in. Pretty cool. But then as he picks her up, they're just in ankle deep water.
Yeah.
And guys come from both sides.
Yeah.
Well, how did she fall into the why did she wasn't drowning? She could have just stood up.
It's like the deep end of the pool and the shallow end of the pool, Tony.
It's a real big drop off here, guys.
You
got to get 3 more feet. So stupid.
The king is mad at this one guy who has a name. Maybe we'll figure out his name at some point. So he's sending him to Egypt, but he's only giving him half of his 4th battalion. And he sends him with Hercules, and then Hercules talks to his mom before he leaves, and she's all like, "You're the son of Zeus. Your name is Hercules."
She just volunteers this information. It's so bizarre. She's kept it from him for 20 years. And then today she just accidentally calls him Hercules, and then it's like, "Oh shit, by the way, you're the son of Zeus. My bad." This is bad writing, Dan.
He sees the stupid girl as he rides off. They get on a boat. The dude who's in charge of the battalion complains to Hercules about his troop numbers. We feel his pain.
Because he can emote.
He's not too terrible. Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I almost wish he was Hercules.
So they go across the desert. We have Lawrence of Arabia music. They make camp outside this butthole in the world.
The butthole in the world.
And their scouts are dead.
Immediately.
Oh no, they go through the butthole. They leave some guys behind.
Right.
And they go through the butthole, then they find the scouts are dead, and then they're all like, uh-oh. And then they have to put their shields up because all these archers appear. Archer. And then they're completely, then they go back and find their guys dead, and then they go back, and then they get flanked, and somehow they keep on forming up shields, and they just get smaller. So it's just the 2 dudes.
And you know that it's just the 2 dudes because at one point, the guy who leads the battalion goes, "We're the only 2 left."
And
thank you for that exposition. That's great.
They also made a point of telling you when they were down to 5. It was like, we're down to 5. Oh, now we're down to 2. And Tony, how do the bad guys take out Hercules?
Well, I don't know how I know how they don't do it, and that's by putting arrows into him because he takes 2 arrows to the chest, doesn't phase him.
Unaffected.
not even the slightest bit bothered by 2 arrows in his
Sticking
chest.
in him.
I mean, this guy's good. He is good to go.
So what does it take him out?
I don't even know. What do they
They
corner him?
They punch him in the face.
They punch him in the face.
And he goes down.
And he falls down against the wall and he's like knocked out. And then the guy calls him half dead. So there you go. That's how you know that they punched him really hard.
And then he gets up later and says he's Hercules. Then they punch him out again. They punch him out twice.
You found my weakness.
They punch out Hercules. They punch him out.
I punch him out. I mean, listen, everyone's got an Achilles heel, and Hercules is his weak chin. He's got a glass chin, as they say.
Glass chin. So they hold a barrel for him.
Jaw? Is it a glass jaw?
Glass
I think it's a glass jaw. Right? Isn't that what they say?
Glass jaw.
I'm not a fighter. I don't know.
That term always freaked me out as a kid.
Sure, because it'll just shatter, my friend.
So they hold a funeral for him back home. Now they make him a rowing slave because you got to always have a rowing slave scene.
I have a...
Right?
Always have a row. I mean, you do. I'm not going to do it. I'll tell you that. I'm going to need somebody to row for me because I'm not doing that shit. How do they know he's dead? I think I missed something.
Oh, the helmet.
How do they know he's dead back home?
They find the helmet. They find the big helmet, the fancy helmet. And the guy's like, that's Hercules' helmet. That's him dead right there.
So then one of the bad guys delivers the helmet to the father of the guy he just killed?
Yeah, we killed him.
How did he live? Don't they just kill that guy?
Well,
the messenger?
They probably send it like post, U.S. Post. Greek,
tie it to the feet of a crow and send it off.
They probably put it in one of those big arbalests. Shoot it over the fence.
Oh, what's this over here?
Hercules is dead. We've got his helmet. Okay. Let's see. And then Mom is sick of Hercules, so there's someone named Hercules. I don't know who that is.
Is that the dad? What's the dad's name?
Maybe his name is Hercules. Talk about what they have to do to gain their freedom, Tony.
Well, I mean, I'll do my best here. It's kind of a gladiator situation, it seems.
Yeah.
They get sold.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. So the bad guys are like, I would sell you if I thought I'd make money, but instead I'm going to kill you. And then Hercules is like, wait, whoa, guys.
Bring it back.
You can sell us.
Sexy meat here.
Look at this body. You can get some coin for that. So then they get sold to a fighting ring.
Yeah.
In water. I don't understand that the fighting ring is always flooded.
Why was it in water? How did water play any element in this need? Why did they need to have water in the fighting pit?
What is the guy who directed this name's Rami?
Rennie Harlan.
Rennie was like, you know what looks good in Zack Snyder slow motion is water droplets. So in the fight scene, he likes to kick and splash in slow motion. Yeah,
sure.
That's it. That's the only reason I could think of that you'd put water in a pit to fight.
Got to spend that $70 million somewhere, and that's CGI water flying around.
That's it, guys. We need it. So, but I guess what I don't understand, Dan, is why would that lead to freedom?
Well, in the olden days, in the Greek arena, if you won a certain amount of matches, or if the guy. Thumbs up.
The thumb down.
You might be able to win your freedom.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds really weird, but okay.
How exciting is it to watch him fight in this world's tiniest pit to the tiniest audience?
You know what it reminded me of? Cockfighting. That's what I was thinking of. Because you're right. It's such a small, there's not any room to do a whole lot of stuff. But what I will say is he pulls out some WWF wrestling moves. He does a choke slam at one point. Oh. He goes off the top rope at one point, which is just like he climbs on something and jumps off on the guy.
He does.
I don't know, man. It's weird. It's not a great scene.
No. So let's see. Meanwhile, at home, it's not a very good fight. Meanwhile, at home, they ask Hera to bless the marriage. Mom tells Dad, tries to kill Dad. Dad kills Mom, and then Mom says, "You're doomed."
Right. Yeah. You just skipped over a lot of stuff there, it feels like.
Yeah,
But
so basically the mom tells the dad that the Hercules is not your kid, he's Hercules, and then he gets pissed off. She tries to kill him. She in turn, not in turn, she is then killed by him,
yeah.
and then she prophesies doom upon him.
Now, what I love about this scene is when he's asking her who the father is, he goes, "Do you even know?" As if she's like a huge town slut or something. It's so weird to me.
A lot of guys in her bed, that's for sure.
But there's zero. Not even the one that impregnated her was in the bed. I don't know.
He didn't even incorporate for,
I don't need to. I can get my work done without even a form, and she loved it. So I guess that's all that matters.
Gave her a ghost load.
A ghost load. Ooh, I like this term though.
A godly ghost load.
I'm gonna keep that around for a while.
So after the big fight, the big tiny fight, they're all like, "You should take us to Greece because that's where the big money is." And he's all like, "Big money? I got my pit right here." It should be his idea, right? They shouldn't have to convince him.
Dan, it has to be his idea because right now he's being manipulated by his slaves. That doesn't make any sense to me. How? Like, I don't get it at all. If they were like, you got to know they're just trying to get their freedom here, guy, right? Like, Dan, I don't get it. You have to explain it to me.
And that's the whole thing with gladiator stuff is the guy's like goes, "Oh shit, I got something good here. Right. Now I'm going to take it. We're going to work it up. We're going to go to Sicily first, and then we're going to go, to Greece.
2 on 6.
We're in the minor leagues. Yeah. We're in the major leagues. We're in the World Series.
Right. Because I got good fighters here, and I'm going to put it to use to win as much money as I can. So here I go. But this guy's like comfortable in his hometown and doesn't want to branch out. But then his slaves are like, "Come on, guy, come on." He's like, "All right, you seem like good guys. I'll listen to you."
But also, so the next thing they go to Sicily, and it's a decent size.
Yeah, it's thing. The medium. Yeah, the medium fight.
And correct me if I'm wrong. When they win, the dude is bummed because he killed his other dudes, right?
So what happened is those are his 2 best groups, right? It's a 2-on-2, and these are this guy's undefeated champions. Now, Hercules wins the battle, but his first in command friend gets injured.
Well, wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
So he goes to Sicily and has basically his 4 best guys fight it out.
Exactly.
That's insane. Yeah. Like, why? What is the point of that?
It's just throwing away money is what it is.
Yes.
Like,
you never have someone's your guys going fight your other
lose.
Guys. You fight. It's like if you sit down at the poker table and you're like, "I'm going to play myself."
So either way, I lose.
I'm going to sit in this table and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to move back and forth. It's insane.
Yeah, no. You would put your best guys up against their best guys, and then you would win that because your guys are better. But, so he loses 3 of his 4 best fighters in that fight. That's why he's bummed, because he's bad planning, I believe.
Do you want to talk about the fight versus Humbaba, the best name in the whole movie, Humbaba?
You liked his name better than Half-Face?
Half-Face? Who's Half-Face?
That's the other guy, his teammate.
Oh, no, his name wasn't Half-Face.
Hold on,
his name was not Half-Face.
It was, I'm pretty sure. I wrote it down. Oh, God, hold on. Let me, search face. I'm in the wrong window.
Search face. His name was not Half-Face.
I promise you, Half-Face. Yeah, it's in my notes. Half-Face and Humbaba.
Why was his name?
Those are their names, Dan.
Why was his name Half-Face? That's so weird.
Because he had a scar on half of his face. So
he still had half of his face.
I swear to God, this is his name, Dan. I would not mislead you.
No, I believe
it's
you.
It's Half-Face and Humbaba.
Humbaba, I like.
It's a terrible fight, as all of them are. Yes.
I just did like that they're on these sort of stone platforms, and if you fall off, you fall to your death. And then there's weapons sort of on the wall that you can go get.
It's a cool idea. Yeah. It doesn't make the fight exciting. Here's the problem. If you're going to have fights, you need a really good fight coordinator.
Yes, you do.
I don't think that no offense. I'm sure you worked really hard, whoever you are. I didn't even take the time to look you up. That's how disrespectful I am. I apologize, but it wasn't good. They're not interesting. They're not fun. They're not exciting. They're just like, okay, here we go. Let's get through this one.
And they don't have any good give or take. I mean, when we get to this, when we get to the third fight, which is ostensibly should be the best of the gladiator fights, it is the worst of the gladiator fights.
And it's I think it's the shortest.
Oh, sure.
I think he kills 6 people faster than the 2-on-2.
No,
it's very confusing.
You're wrong, Tony.
I'm wrong?
Yeah, he kills 5 people and he traps a woman within her own net,
right.
So as not to have to kill a woman. Like, if you want to turn us anti-woke, keep doing shit like that.
And also, let me ask you a question. Does he technically win if she's still alive?
Dude,
I think no.
Dude, I don't know.
I think you have to finish them. I think that's the whole point. I don't know. Anyhow, fight's lackluster.
So
that's the point.
Now they go to Greece, and it's going to be Hercules versus 6. They take a boat. They get to the big stadium. I wrote, easy win, rah, rah.
Rah, rah, shishkumba. Yep, no, easy win.
And
also, we didn't talk about, Dan, is that one of the stipulations Hercules had for going to fight 1-on-6 was the guy also had to free his friend who couldn't fight anymore. That's not how these things work. This is not right.
That guy would have been fed to the pigs. He would not. No.
You put it down, just like you said earlier. Like, you put that guy down. He can't fight for you anymore. He's your property. You put him down. I'm sorry. It is what it is.
If you can't do anything, you're a slave. You're done. You're done. You're not eating my corn anymore. That's my corn.
I can't sell you. I can't use you. You're dead to me.
So yeah, the fight. Six people come out. He just immediately throws a spear in one guy, jumps up, knifes another guy. Yeah, there's a woman with the trident and a net. He traps her in her own net, and then she's all
and then spears it close.
Yes.
He throws a spear to trap the net. You could just lift the net over the spear. It's got holes in it. I don't understand.
And then, they were booing, and then at the end they're like, Hercules, Hercules.
I would have booed the whole time too. This is not what I came here for. I paid 4 rubles to come to this thing, and I expect a good fight. I think I was way off on that money currency.
Yes, rubles. No, that's in Russia.
Damn it.
Shekels. I gave you all my shekels. Could have been shekels.
And you gave me nothing.
What is the Greece?
I have no idea. I'm sorry. I apologize, everyone.
Grecian coin is called. I can't think of it.
Sorry, everyone.
Once again, if you want to watch a good gladiator battle, go watch the Hulk.
Thor Ragnarok.
The greatest. They do everything right in that. And it just shows you, just go watch someone do it right. And then you'll be like, oh, they need to get better. Each one needs to get better.
Right. Yeah. As opposed to the other way around where they got shorter each time. I don't know. That's bizarre.
And so his sit near us is the other guy. He has gone and recruited his old people and then brought them back here to watch the fight so that they can look at Hercules, and then they're going to throw in with him because they're sick of the king.
Which I'm so confused. But I mean, I don't think it matters. But he went and he got people and was like, hey, Hercules is still alive. And nobody else heard about that? I don't know.
And then Hercules, now that he's free, he unwraps his thing. He's hidden the snake necklace
in his wrist.
Tony, where did he really hide that?
Oh, it's in his jock. That's been used as a cock ring for the last 3 weeks.
Jesus, Tony.
Sorry. I'll bleep it out.
You're a filthy animal.
You filthy animal. Also, we haven't been talking about the moons. Even though they make a really big point of counting down these moons. Well, because
they're running out of time.
Is 3 moons hence, which is 3 months, right? A lunar cycle is a month, right? Okay. The first moon takes most of the movie, and he's still like, oh, shit, it's the first moon. I've only got 2 moons left. And then I don't know, the other two must go really fast because then all of a sudden it's like, well, we're almost at wedding day.
I remember one of them, they cut up there and they show the moon, and I'm like, why is he looking at the moon? I missed the whole thing that was the time frame that we were working on.
So here's the only reason I remember it, and we didn't talk about it. But when Hercules is leaving to go on his ship, he yells up at the castle, and he's like, "I'll be back in 3 moons, and you'll be marrying me instead."
Did he really say that?
He literally says that, and I don't know how he expects that to happen.
Yeah,
That's not the way things work.
And he's gone to Egypt. He's ostensibly went to Egypt to for a full campaign.
Yeah, no, he's gone. He's gone. But also, she's already betrothed.
Yeah.
You don't just get to choose. That's not the way these things work. You don't just going to be like, oh, by the way, I'm going to marry you instead of my brother, even though he's going to be the king, and that's how that works.
He has to go like this. I'm going to come back, and I'm going to have the spear of destiny, and I'm going to poke you in the butthole with it, and your butthole's going to feel that spear.
Is that what you call it, Dan? Your spear of destiny?
It's the spear of destiny. Spear of destiny's in some movies. Okay, Chiron, the old guy, tells him that his mom is dead, and he cries a little, sort of.
Listen, crying's hard on camera. All right, I told you about the commercial I did. Couldn't cry. They were real mad. But here's the thing, Ted. He is trying so hard in his close-up to cry. Like, you can see his face is getting red because I feel like he's pushing, and he gets one tear out, and then they're like, cut away. We got one tear. That's all we need. And then they cut to the wide, and he's pretty much fine. But yeah, he didn't. I mean, he was kind of sad, but he didn't really care.
Yeah,
he didn't take it that personally.
So then he beats up some tax collectors. And then they're all like, oh my God, Hercules, you're amazing. And then he's like, no, I am just a man.
Which is confusing.
Well, he still thinks he's a man. And then he goes to the house, and Hera shows up, and she's all like, you're not a man. Yes. Zeus is your daddy. You're a demigod.
It's your daddy.
What's her name was going to then kill herself, but then Chiron stops her and is like, Herc's alive. It's good news.
It's going to be fine, even though, again, you're betrothed and you're going to marry him. Because that's how it works. Unless Hercules kills him, that's how it works.
So they meet at the special spring where they met before, and the things are falling. And
Dan, what is with all of these allergens in the air? I don't know what else to call them. Is it pollen?
They did that in Twilight.
For fuck's sake. Do you think that was Kellen's idea? He's like, in this last movie I did, they had all these particles floating in the air, and it looked really cool. We should do that. It's bizarre. There's so much, though, Dan.
It's gross.
It looks like it's a blizzard, but instead it's like flower pollen or something. I don't know. It's weird.
If Hercules comes home, his wife is dead, and then he gives up his bro. Do we ever see Hercules again after that, after he gives up Herc?
I don't remember. I mean, because they pull him in when they capture him, and he's all fucked up. Do they kill him there?
I don't know.
Maybe they kill him in that fight. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember.
I think he lives. I think he does live.
But does he want to live? Oh, he's still got his son.
Oh, maybe he still has his son.
Yeah, he's fine. You know what? I'm going to say right now, he's fine. He's got his kid. They're living their best lives.
Good. So, boom, we've got Hercules chained up. Okay, so gives up Hercules, and the brother just goes and easily captures him. Easily. He probably just
walk in,
gives him one swing, and Hercules, I could beat the
glass jaw, baby, glass jaw.
I could beat the metal lion, but somebody with the human fist,
that right hook really gets me every time. Oh boy!
So they have him here. I think his dad is whipping him, isn't he?
Is that I don't even notice. I believe you.
I think it was his dad. I think his dad took
his dad's there
to come. Yeah, he was doing the whipping. Dad comes out there giving him a whipping.
Here's the good news, Dan. It looks like he only got whipped 4 times.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got 4 lacerations. That's not even that many.
So he's chained up like this, and he's all like, he looks up and he's all like, and he pulls 2 big stones off the top, and then he he starts stoning everybody to death.
When he's whipping them around, they don't follow the rules of gravity
They do not.
at all.
It's kind of funny, kind of fun. It's like one of the few fun scenes in the whole movie.
It's fun, and if it would have been done a little bit better, I think it would have been great.
Could have been hilarious.
But the way that he's able to whip it around this way and then whip it around back the other way without it ever over, like if I whip you with something super heavy this way and then I try to go back this way, it's going to come at me first. Just the way gravity works. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. I wish it would have looked better.
And it's all in slow motion, and so you are like, I know this is fake.
It's very slow motion.
You should have been like, slow. Hey, here, Nightmare rocket. Just like you should have been making puns on every one of the kills. Every one of the kills, a hilarious pun.
They don't have a lot of fun in this movie.
No, so he's not fun.
No.
Okay, here we go. So he's free. They all run away, and we're gonna battle it out at the palace. He's got his army. The palace has their army. They go in there. They're outnumbered, and he looks up to Zeus, and he goes, "Hey, Zeus." No, actually, the archers let him in.
So
for some unknowable reason,
they show up at the gate. It's surrounded by archers up top, and they're all like steady, ready. And then Hercules is like, wait.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah, like basically.
It's me, Mario.
It's me and the Hercules. Open the gates. And then they're like, oh, wait, hold your fire. Hold your fire. We know this guy.
We know him.
And then the bad guys come out the gate, and there's a fight on the ground, and then the archers kill their own men. And then they yell down, "We're with you, Hercules!" What's happening, Dan?
Free us from war.
I can't even understand what's happening.
So then they go inside, and then Hercules is like, oh, we're outnumbered. So he's like, Zeus, give me a lightning sword. And then he has the lightning sword.
And then he does.
He just kills everyone.
He gets Link's sword. When you have full health in Zelda, I don't know if you remember this, and you hold it down and you swing, it sends out your sword like in some sort of electric thing. That's what he does, and it's stupid. It's really stupid.
It's so unearned.
Yes.
It's just like, wait a second. You've really done nothing to get to this point.
Correct.
And now you're just given the world's most powerful magic. You haven't had to give up anything for this magic. You haven't had to prove yourself in any way, shape, or form. And you have the most powerful magic we've ever seen in this movie. And you just get to kill legions upon legions of guys.
Yeah, immediately. And here's the good news is they keep coming.
Now,
that's my favorite part about it. Dan, if the first 3 rows of guys get electrocuted and burned up by a magic sword, I'm not going to come running down the aisle at this guy. I'm going to be like, oh, shit. Okay, my bad. You know what? We're on the wrong side of this thing.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we set up at the beginning of this movie that you could just ask the commander to come out there and fight?
Yes, that is correct. It's very, very much what we said could happen. Yeah.
Why would you set up something if you're gonna
doesn't he try?
I don't know.
I think he tries. I think he says it, and then the guy's like, "Nah, I'm not going to do that." I'm pretty sure that's what happens.
But it's after he lightning bolts everybody to death.
Sure.
That doesn't count.
Sure. It doesn't.
You got to do it at the beginning.
It still counts. It counts anytime. Yeah, here's the good news, though, about all this is he uses it a couple of times to kill all those dudes, and then he loses it. And then the power's gone. So then he's got to fight regularly when he fights the final battle. So don't worry about it.
He fights his dad. There's no emotion. There's no like, oh, I got to fight my dad. It doesn't
feel like he's fighting his family. It just feels like he's fighting another guy he doesn't really know, but needs to beat in order to win.
He just like kills his dad.
Well, hold on, not yet, because the brother comes out.
Oh yeah, he did kill the dad. Yeah.
With the wife, or not the wife, the bride to be, or whatever. It's like, I'll kill her. I'll kill her. And then she, remember what she does?
She kills herself.
She speeds it. and she shoots the hostage. She takes the knife and stabs herself through herself into the guy behind and somehow kills him, but then she's fine. Explain that to me, Dan.
She has sepsis, and she dies not a slow death, but a horribly painful death.
Very painful, ugly
Just
death.
She gets blood poisoning, and when you get blood poisoning back then, it is the worst because it just spreads through your veins, and it would have creeped up, paralyzes her whole side. Her mouth doesn't work.
But she was still able to bear children, so it's fine.
Yeah, she stayed alive for a year so that he could impregnate her and she could shoot out one child. Because that is what we needed out of this movie.
In this movie, Hercules needs a son. So now is the son quarter god? How does that work? Is that right? He'd be a quarter god, not a demigod, but like a
pretty diluted
semi-demigod.
Oh, that was the other
That's
thing.
What it would be.
When Hercules was a baby and he got suckled by the goddess, that made him even stronger.
Oh, she's got magic titties?
She got magic titties. And then he goes over and stabs his dad in the heart, too. He's about to kill his dad, and then he pulls out a knife and then stabs...
Pulls out the knife that killed his mother. It's actually a nice moment, but they don't really... He should say something, or the father should recognize the knife or something.
The knife I killed your mom with.
Yeah, nope. It's just like, and we're good. I'll see you later, Dad.
The thing about revenge is we want it. We want to live that. America loves a revenge story, but we've just spell it out for us. Talk about it. Talk about how good you're going to feel.
Let us revel in it.
You killed my mother. Now you die, and you were never a good dad. You never took me to McDonald's, and now you die.
He never took him to McDonald's. I would have killed him too. He's dead to me. Yeah, unless you're going to do it, John Wick style, where it seems like there's going to be a speech, and then instead he just pops him right in the head. That's a brilliant moment too.
So he kills his brother and his dad and has no emotional connection to it whatsoever. His brother. No. I mean, the brother was a dick, right? But did the brother actually do anything?
I mean, other than whine a bunch.
Yeah.
No.
He didn't do anything.
But here's what I will say is when Hercules is talking to Chiron and they're forming who's going to follow them after they escape from prison and they're free, he's like, "Oh, will my brother come?" And Chiron's like, "No, your brother is he's one of the bad guys. He's not going to come with you. He doesn't like you."
Yeah.
So, I guess there you go.
Your brother is holding his betrothed,
the love of your life.
Maybe say a couple of words to him. Brother,
something.
Why do you do this? I loved you. I let you. I killed the Nemean lion, and then I let you take it. And he's all like, "'Cause you're dumb. You're fucking dumb.
You're a dumb idiot. I took advantage of you, you moron.
Give us something."
This
was one of the thinnest movies. Again, things happened, but just nothing happened. It's just like this character didn't really go through anything. He just fought some battles and
other than
won.
Death, no characters go through anything really. I don't know. Yep. Anyhow.
Yeah, and so then the next day she has lived, and she gives him a baby, and then he's the king, because that's the story of Hercules. He ends up as the king of a place.
And that's the legend of Hercules. Congratulations, everyone. Now you know Greek mythology.
The gods made him to stop war and be the king of a place.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Which he obtained by going to war. So that makes perfect sense.
Killing a bunch of people. Problem solved.
We did it, gods. What a plan. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a treat, Dan.
This was a good one. This is a classic movie.
This was fun. I had a great time. All right, boy. Kellen Lutz. Listen.
I played a lot of phone games while I was watching this.
What are you playing? You still playing Marvel Snap? What's going on over there? Yeah? Okay. Good for you. Sticking with stuff. I love it.
Nerfed all my favorite cards, and so.
What got nerfed?
Name it.
Kitty Pryde. I can't even name good cards.
Spider-Ham. Kitty Pryde.
Spider Ham is in the game?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I haven't played in a long time.
They nerfed Kitty Pryde. They nerfed Spider Ham. They nerfed Hit Monkey.
Spider Ham.
Those were the 3 key cards in the deck that I always played. It's like, if you're going to nerf a deck, nerf one of the cards. Don't nerf 3
Not
of them.
all of them? Yeah.
I mean, get rid of we got rid of Bishop.
The deck is useless.
It just killed the deck completely.
Yeah, it's totally useless now. Those guys don't even care about you, Dan.
Angry.
Ugh. I care about you. Those are 3 cards. 2 of them I didn't even know they were in the game.
Because you're an idiot.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Okay, now we talk about something we like this week. I started watching Full Circle on Max.
Okay. I don't know what that is.
Claire Danes.
Love her.
What's his name from Justified? Timothy Olyphant.
Timothy Olyphant? I love him.
Dennis Quaid.
Oh, great.
What's her name? Selba. What's her name? She played like the police, the head of the police on Law and Order.
Yeah.
Whatever her name is.
Great.
It's a Steven Soderbergh thing, 6 episodes, thriller. Pretty interesting. Pretty fun.
Pretty good stuff.
I'm enjoying it.
I love Timothy Olyphant.
He's great. Just a lot of things going wrong with in this sort of nested situation, and it's a mess.
Sure. Yeah, I get that. 100%.
What do you got for us, Tony?
Dan, I'm excited. Oh, first of all, I want to say we went to the Friends Experience down in Long Beach. Very fun. If you're a Friends fan, I recommend it. There's a lot of memorabilia, a lot of picture opportunities. It's very fun. But what we watched. So I don't know if you remember this. July 4th, I watched Independence Day, and then I went on this Roland Emmerich bender and started getting into disaster movies.
Sure.
And I was on Reddit, and people were like, "You have to see this Gerard Butler movie that came out in 2020."
What?
And I was like, "What the fuck is this?" It's called Greenland, and it was amazing. I mean, it's not like, it's an Oscar picture, but it's one of the better disaster movies I've seen in a long time. It's about Gerard Butler and his family's got a wife and a kid, and they get selected to go to one of the secret bunkers. Mm-hmm. And so it's all about them trying to get to the secret bunker, and an asteroid's coming, comet, whatever is coming, and it's awesome. It's more like the human drama element as opposed to all the fanfare of all the other ones where it's like, we're going to stop the comet. No, sir. This is just about him. Like
they have to go from point A to point B and survive. Yeah,
and like their neighbors, he has conversations with the neighbors, and they're like, "Take us with you, take us with you." And he's like, "I fucking can't." It's really good, man. Tension is high. It's one of the best performances of Gerard Butler I've seen in a long time. Like he's genuinely acting. They let him use his accent, and they incorporate that into the character, which is man. It's good. They're coming out with a sequel, I read, so I'm pumped.
But this wasn't Roland Emmerich.
This was not Roland Emmerich. It just got me on that track, and everyone's like this, and then a movie called The Wave, which I believe is it's a foreign film from, I don't know, a different country. I'll tell you when I watch it, but it's on my to-do list.
That rings a bell with me. I don't know.
So I am, I don't know why. I mean, I do know why, because there was a thing called the pandemic, and I don't think anyone wanted to watch a movie about the end of the world during the pandemic. But if you get a chance, I mean, it's on my Vudu. Okay. I would say watch it. Let me know what you think. I loved it.
Next week we're doing the movie Shannon wanted me to do. She yelled at me. We're gonna be doing what's it? Jamie Lee Curtis and John Travolta. Perfect.
All right, I'm in.
So
I'm in.
And then
did you watch a trailer for it?
No.
Oh, me neither. I was just wondering.
It's like, it's, I don't know. It's,
it's got 2 mega stars in the movie, so I'm excited.
Wait,
I'm excited.
Maybe it's Olivia Newton-John. I don't know. It's not Olivia Newton-John.
No, that's Grease.
That's Grease.
Dan. You're thinking of Grease.
Thinking of Grease. Why was I thinking of Grease? Yeah, so we're doing perfect. So Shannon will. She's like, "You never take the movies I want you to do," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do perfect."
Fine. Yeah, this is 1985. Good year.
1985.
That's when I was born.
And it should be really boring. I'm assuming it's going to be incredibly boring.
Dan, there's no way this is gonna be boring. I don't want to. I'm not too many spoilers, but I googled it, and the first picture that comes up is John Travolta in workout gear, short shorts, legs spread, gyrating, and I can see every crevice of his penis.
There it is. If you want,
this is a 10 out of 10.
If you want a virtual roadmap of John Travolta's penis, this is the movie for you.
This is the movie for you. I'm pumped, man. I am excited.
Yeah, I think this is about like the aerobic workout craze of the 80s.
Great. So, that makes perfect sense. Perfect.
There's probably like a love story. Won't they get together?
They will.
Will she?
I'm just going to call it now.
Will she stab herself to kill his brother? Maybe.
Through her shoulder into the other guy. And somehow just the little bit that got through killed him, but she's fine.
He died.
She's totally fine.
He died. She's fine.
Oh, what a joke.
Luckily, she knew the exact anatomy of a human being. Just like we all do. Okay, so we'll be back with Perfect next week. If you like what you see, give us a thumbs up. You can also subscribe or leave us a comment if there's some movie you want us to do, because we're doing this one for my wife to make her happy.
Yay, Shannon!
She probably won't watch the episode, but maybe she will.
Why would she watch the episode? She could probably just hear you yelling about it.
And we'll be back next week to see you then.
Goodbye, everybody!
Hey, watch him!